All right, everybody, welcome to NorCal Sports Network. And this is the same hat that Brock Purdy's dad wears. Chat loves it when Marty Lurie comes on.
Anytime you lose a game this time of year, when you can't go backwards, it's a problem.
All right, everybody, welcome on in. NorCal Sports Network. The Giants, unreal, can't keep a good thing going. Lose to the lowly Pirates 5-4 after being up 4-1. We're going to break it all down for you right here on the show. Give you our thoughts, our takes. Lou will be joining us shortly. Dallas should be joining us at the bottom of the hour. But first, let us thank our sponsor of the show, Chapman Law Group. Chapman Law Group, located in Marin, licensed in all of California. Hey, what are you waiting for? Give Chapman Law Group a call if you need any legal needs, anything that comes up with you need an attorney. Give Chapman Law Group a call. You got a personal injury situation, make sure you give Chapman Law Group a call. You're in an accident, you slip and fall at work, or I don't know, maybe you get injured at the gym, something like that is not your fault. Give Chapman Law Group a call at 415-613-9483. Let them know NorCal Sports Network sent you. Okay, let me get the band off here, and there we go. All right, welcome in, everybody. Tough loss. This was really a hard one to watch. This Giants team is, they're just hard to watch. And I've got my Pirates colors on tonight. It is a NorCal Sports Network t-shirt, if you want to see that there. See? NorCal Sports Network. We should be getting up our website. Hopefully, we'll get that up in the next week or two, and then we'll be putting merchandise on there, and you can go and pick out hats, shirts, hoodies, mugs, you name it. We'll put it out there. But guys, man, this team is not going into the playoffs. Come on, who are we kidding? Anybody that still thinks they got to play to win 90 games, they've got to go 34 and let's see, what are they? 50? Let me pull it up here. I think they're 56 and 57 now, guys. MLB standings, Giants are 56 and 57. So to win 90 games, they got to go 34 and 15. 34 and 15. 19 games over 500. I don't think this team will be 19 games over 500 anytime in a season within the next 5 years. That's my prediction. Next 5 years, I don't think this team gets 19 games over 500. I don't see it. Matt Chapman, you guys, all you Matt Chapman lovers out there, I don't get it. Comes up, bases loaded, nobody out, takes 2 called strikes, and then swings at strike 3 pitches. And I get taking the first pitch. The guy was wild. Second pitch wasn't a great hitter's pitch, but he took it right on the corner. Look, go the opposite way, dude. Come on. Quit trying to kill the ball and swing and, shorten up your stroke with 2 strikes with runners in scoring position. All you need is a fly ball, just put the ball in play. There's nobody out. It's, I'm hoping for 24 more wins. Exactly, Aaron. 80 wins will help me win my bet, because I did take the over. Might be a foolish bet. I mean, so many things wrong with this team. So many things to look at and say what's going on. What in the world are we doing with this lineup? The Giants sent down Luis Matos today for Gerard Encarnacion. Yeah, that guy in Encarnacion. I think he's going to be a Triple Crown threat. Yeah. If strikeouts, errors, and injuries are all part of the Triple Crown, I think Encarnacion has a good shot to win the Triple Crown. I mean, what are we doing, Giants? What are we doing, Buster Posey? Why are you sending the kid down when it's a wasted season and you're going to bring up Grant McKay? And I didn't say McCray, I said McKay, as in Mr. K, another guy that we welcome in Lou to the show. What is the deal with this team that likes K's? I mean, okay, we got our leadoff hitter, Ramos. He had a good night tonight, but he strikes out a ton. Who bats second in this lineup? Devers. We know he strikes out a ton. Who bats third? Was it Adames tonight?
Yep, Adames.
He strikes out a ton. Who bats fourth? Matt Chapman. He strikes out a ton. Who bats fifth? Dom Smith. He might be one of your better hitters on the team, actually. Casey Smith. He's coming along. He's actually looking like a legitimate everyday player. And then you got 7, Jung-Hoo Lee, who's not a strikeout guy. Then Bailey is, and whoever bats ninth is. So
McCray.
8, 9.
3 more strikeouts.
Yeah. It's.
And the thing about McCray, he's batting 154. His on base percentage is 154. I mean, Matos is not that bad. It doesn't make any sense.
I don't need to see Grant McKay. I seriously don't. Look, he's not ready. He's got options. Why are you doing this to Luis Matos? Look, Matos may be a guy that is going down the road and he's no longer a Giant after this season. Fine. Let's see what he does, though. Let's see what he does. And I don't want to beat this up because I've talked about it all the time. But you're bringing up strikeout guys. I thought Buster wanted contact guys. He's got one legitimate contact hitter in the entire lineup, and that's Jung-Hoo Lee. That's it. Wilmer Flores is out. So one contact guy in the entire lineup. Let me read the lineup to you. Ramos, he didn't strike out tonight, but he does a ton. Devers, a ton. Adames, a ton. Chapman, a ton. Smith struck out twice, and Schmidt can strike out occasionally, or not occasionally, but quite a bit at times, but he's cutting down on it. Lee, he's not bad. Bailey and McCray. Okay, let me count. Ramos 1, Devers 2, Adames 3, Chapman 4, Bailey 5, McCray 6. 6 of 9. And you could also make the case that Schmidt and Smith strike out more than they should. Where's the contact hitters? And what are we bringing up McKay for? And Encarnacion, a guy that is, I mean, what are we doing, Giants? And you sent the kid down. You never gave him a full run just to let him play. And I hope he comes back and does what Joey Bart did to the Giants last week and again tonight. This team gives up on young players more than any team I've ever seen. And then they hang on to guys like Hunter Bishop, who's 42 and he's still in the minors. I mean, my goodness. These guys are 23 years old and they give up on them. Yes, I get it. Harish 71. McKay is here for speed. Well, it helps if he gets on base. How does that speed work for you when you're running back to the dugout? What? I mean, just, he's a great athlete. He's the most athletic player on their roster, but he can't hit. Sorry, can't hit. And Tom Katz, you're right. I was on KMBR earlier tonight with Dieter Kurtenbach. The game was lost in the first inning with Matt Chapman. Bases loaded, nobody out, unproductive out. And then what did Adames do in that first inning let me see. No, it was Smith. Smith got the base hit, and then Casey Schmidt walked. And what the heck is can anybody tell me did Casey get hurt tonight? Why in the world did Koss come in the ninth inning? What the heck was that about, Lou? Koss comes in. Did Casey get a muscle strain or something, or is he hurting? Because you brought in Koss. If you're going to take out anybody for defensive purposes, how about Rafael Devers at first base? How about moving Schmidt to first base instead of Koss? You want to put Koss in and move and get Devers out so you can put Schmidt in there? What the heck are you thinking? I tell you what, that last play, I watched it. I did it in slow motion a couple times. Devers is slow to the ball, and he throws the ball up here when the ball needs to be bound around the knee level. And a guy who's experienced, Casey Schmidt, I believe if he was at first base, would have got to that ball quicker and thrown a strike at Bailey's knee on the third base side of home plate so that tag is made right there. But Devers throws it up here, which allows the runner to score. And what are we doing with the defense? Why are we playing Devers at first base?
And do you remember he made the mistake earlier in the game? Do you remember that? Devers made a mistake, got bailed out where he got a ground ball to him and they threw the guy out at the plate. But it should have never come to that because he screwed up before. You could see how shaky he is there. Again, Dan, that's a great point. Move Schmidt to first for defensive purposes. Because you remember how one thing I really liked about Bochy is 8th, 9th inning, he had defensive replacements. It didn't matter who it was. He would do it. And, again, I blame Melvin a lot because he doesn't know what the hell he's doing with the bullpen. He never knows what he's doing pinch hitting. It's very frustrating. The one good thing about this is for some reason, people, unlike us on KMBR, said, oh my God, we beat the Mets. We took 2 out of 3. We're back. It was one game, guys. One game they scored. But as you know, being Giants, they never come back and score again. They've done it, I think, one time this season where they scored 9-9. But the other thing is Pittsburgh's a good team. I told you guys, you just can't show up, and I feel bad for Verlander, but the problem with Verlander, sorry, you got to pitch to the 7th because his bullpen is not that good. And the other thing is Melvin, like usual, is always trying to get an extra inning out of people, always trying to say, okay, don't worry. I know you haven't pitched in a couple games. Let me pitch 2 innings for us. When the guy can only go 1, he goes his 2nd inning, boom, he gives up the home run. He's just not a good manager. He's not a good field general.
Right. I mean, yeah, you try to get that extra inning out of Seymour, and he gives up the home run ball, which he has a tendency to do this year. And, hey, the bullpen has been drastically weakened, shall we say.
Yeah.
You don't have – I don't understand what Bivens was really doing in there in the late innings. I get that Walker's been a little shaky this year, but put a guy in there that's used to the
pressure and the road.
And I don't know. I wasn't fond of bringing in Rodriguez for a 4-out save.
I didn't like that either.
Because he has shown that he struggles after a game he pitches. He's not available the next day. And so what's he like after he goes out and throws it? He should be able to go for the 8th and the 9th. I get it. But look, hindsight 2020, if it would have worked out, but he walked the first guy. Look, this team is a mess. Rafael Devers playing first base is a mess. Dom Smith is a better first baseman. Having Wilmer Flores out of the lineup might be a good thing because Smith balances the lineup out. He plays solid first base. This, Devers, I think the error went to Chapman, didn't it?
Yeah, it did go to Chapman. 11th error on this season.
I mean, it was a bad throw by Chapman. I mean, you can't
He's
really
had a
blame
few
Devers
like
on it.
that. No, you can't blame Devers. I mean, he only has 11 errors. I probably could count 15, but like usual, I didn't see the press conference. They're probably going to say, oh, well, Devers is new. He knew Chapman overthink. They won't badmouth Chapman. We all know that. But, there was 2 big errors. Ramos again, again, Ramos just a simple fielding. He makes another error, but it's okay. When you're a Giant and you hit, you get away with everything.
Yeah.
And I agree, Mark. Closing the ninth is different. But it's one of those things. Those guys, when you close the ninth, feel a lot more comfortable coming out to start the ninth. When you try to get that last 8 out of the 8th, you have a chance to sit down, and then you go to the ninth. It's not the same. It's not the same.
Nope, it's not the same. And Instant says they should have, Walker would have blown the game. Well, he might have, but what you already got rid of Rogers and Duvall, so Walker becomes that much more valuable. He's the 8th inning guy. He should be. I mean, we saw. I don't know what the rotation of this is, but how about or was he not available, Lucchesi? He seems to have been pitching better than anybody lately. I don't know. Did he pitch Saturday and Sunday, Lucchesi? I can't recall.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not like he's been known to go. I think the big problem is we were spoiled with Bochy. We then had, I forgot who the other manager was, useless, who didn't know how to run the bullpen. Now, Melvin has been known not to run the bullpen. He doesn't know what he's doing. He had the problem in San Diego. He's had the problem last year. He had the problem here. Again, we talked about this early. People don't know their roles. You got to remember, we went the first 80 games with only 1 lefty. I mean, come on.
Correct.
Yeah.
I think Aaron's right. I think you're going to expect a lot more losses. I think this team has the potential to implode and win 75 games or less because of the pitching. Remember what I told you guys a month or 2 ago? It's the bats have been awful, but it's the pitching that will derail this team.
The cracks. Because
they have they pitch way too often, guys, because the starters can't go deep except Ray and Webb. And then, I don't know. Was there any news out on Landon Roop today? I saw some things come across in a fantasy league where people were dropping him. Was there news that said he's not coming back this year, or I don't know?
No, I just know that his last start, and that was purely by the Giants, he threw 90% fastballs.
Richie, you like the yellow shirt and the Pirates
you look
hat?
good, dude. You look good. We Are Family is back.
Look at this. There it is. NorCal Sports Network, baby.
Those are the good giveaways. And look at the headphones on top of the bear. I like that. Your trademark.
Oh yeah. There we are. Yeah, the headphones right on top of the shirt, right there. There they are. So it's I'm gonna do something here, Luke. I gotta look this up. I didn't mean to. I meant to have it done earlier.
No
Go
problem.
ahead and carry on, and I will be in the background.
No problem. All right, I'm just looking through some of the comments. Dan is ready for his tryout with the Savannah Bananas. Come on, Aaron. We haven't dropped that low yet. Aaron, how are the cookies? Welcome back from Vegas. Do you still have money? Are the cookies now discounted 60% because you need cash back? Happy anniversary.
Hey,
I
got to read a comment by Mitchell and Ness here. Mitchell and Ness, I got receipts, man. I got a screenshot of Mitchell and Ness 40 minutes before the show. It says, Lou keeps it real. Dan has a hard time keeping it real because deep down inside, he is a homer. No disrespect to Dan, but I've seen how he used to be when he first started streaming with Larry. All right. I take that's kind of funny because I think of anybody out here in the space of YouTube the last 2 years, I was screaming and yelling the Giants are a horrible franchise. Get rid of Farhan. I was the first one, I believe, talking about it on a daily basis. I got to agree with you in the sense of 2022. When I first started with Larry, I was a little maybe what's the word I want to use? When I first started out on Larry's show, I was a little too optimistic about the Giants. I thought after the 21 season, I predicted they would win 90 games. I thought they were, I didn't think they were going to win 121, 107, obviously, but I didn't see them going all the way down to a 500 team. So in the beginning of that season, I was pretty high on the Giants coming off that one historic 107 team. But who wasn't, right? I mean, not too many people saw that being a 500 team. But ever since then, I've been on this team. pretty strong. Mitchell and Ness, I bought out I bought out Dan Zanger. I think he meant to be brought out. Yeah. No hard feel. I'm just having fun. But yeah, I think we keep it about as real as anybody out here, Lou and I. Lou's not a homer. Lou doesn't. Lou has this much positivity in his bloodstream. That's it. Just that much. Okay.
I speak how it is.
Oh yes, we love having Lou on here because he brings it like it is. Yeah, there's no. I think Lou, you could have had the show originally, the No Filter show.
Yeah, or I've always thought if I had a show.
NIA, wait a minute.
NIA,
Mitchell
no
Ness,
idiots allowed because there are.
Wait a minute. Yeah. Time out. He says that even after the mid-series, you start getting on the hope train for maybe the playoffs. No. I said last night, don't let one game fool you. They won't. People were all hyped up last night after the big win. Even Lou had positive things to say, and I was the one that said, I'm not buying it. I'm not. Was I not, Lou?
Yeah, I only talked about our starter. I said, hey, we're not giving our starter enough credit, but I think
true. I have said I thought this team, the only thing I will balance out is I've seen this Giants team tease for years.
That's what I've been saying all year.
Then watch them win. Watch them come back and win the next two against Pittsburgh. Like they lost the first in New York, then they come out, win the next two, and then after that they, tonight. I don't know. I don't think this team wins more than. I would say if they win 80 to 81 games, they'll be fortunate. So
you think I'm going to win my bet at Tommy's, huh? Tommy's Mexican.
Oh, your bet! I would collect now. That bet with Tommy's. I would give the guy a chance.
I was never
to say, you know what? I would say, you know what? I'll give you. If they win,
you were on the Buster Juice. Just give me 100. Buy me a shot. And we'll call it even instead of 100.
Either that or say, you know what? I'll lower it to 85 for you. And if they get to 85, you owe me nothing. But if they don't get to 85, you owe me 100 more.
Yeah, there you go. I could always reach out. Hey, one of the things, Dan, is people in the chat get me upset. First of all, Joe Montana is never average. I'm not like these other guys that love Brady. They call him the GOAT. Come on. I don't give a shit what you guys think. Joe Montana is the GOAT. The same idiots that think Tom Brady's the GOAT are the same idiots that think LeBron is better than Michael. These people have no clue, especially a lot of these young guys that never saw him. If you guys thought Tom Brady was good, see Mr. Clutch. Joe was so clutch, it was ridiculous. The Niners would have never won without Joe and his clutchness. And he was clutch in college, if you remember him calling the comeback kid. So that's all I want to say.
All right, we got Little League Baseball on here. Much more entertaining.
NorCal. Where's it from? Where's NorCal from?
Did it say?
I didn't see what city it was from.
Oh, I saw it. earlier today. I can't remember. Senior, he'll tell us. It's 3.
It
Wait a
was
minute.
3-3
The score
last
is
update I saw.
it's 3-3 in the bottom of the 7th.
Yeah, NorCal against Hawaii semifinals.
Yes.
This weekend is the Little League World Series, so it's semifinals.
The lefty, wow, he's better. He could pitch for the Giants. Look at that throw. Look at that. Wow. Look at the. Hold on. Let me see if I can throw. I'll go back 15
Yeah,
seconds.
it's on ESPN.
Watch this pitch. Look at that pitch. Nice. Don't you just love it how the little leaguers strike out? They just run back to the dugout. Just like I would have been tossed
And
out.
if they make a mistake, the coach comes out, tells them what they did wrong, and if you do it again, you're benched. By the
they
way,
got a man
Dan,
on second base.
this is it then. The 7th.
Is Hawaii in the white?
I can't remember watching earlier.
Yeah. Wait, I can't tell. Who's white? Darn, I can't read the jerseys.
The kids are throwing curveballs.
I don't know who to root for. I'm rooting for Northern California. The guy just struck out. Who's up?
Oh, they're from Cupertino. Okay. Thank you, Chris.
Okay, Northern California is up in the white. Oh man, they look like they're facing.
Wait a minute. They're from Cupertino, or is it from Menlo Park? I see two different. Come on, chat. Someone's got to be right. We can't have two people giving different things. It was like trade deadline. Hawaii's in white. Senior softball says
they are swinging and missing at everything. Who's in white?
Hawaii.
Oh, okay. Then strike them out, Blue.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dan,
yeah, Honolulu. Now I can read the jersey.
Yeah.
Honolulu.
Dan, I missed the first 3 minutes. Sorry. This weekend is Outside Lands Festival, so I'm getting all these bracelets for this weekend. So I apologize being late. But did you talk about the 9th inning when the Giants lost?
Not in detail.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Because one of the things I got upset about is Bart just got that big hit. The game is tied. Rodriguez is shooken a little bit, right? Because he's up to I think 19, 20 pitches. There's only one out, runners at first and third. That's where the manager goes out and explains to the team, if a guy at first runs to second, we're not throwing through. If the ball's hit to you, you got to think, can we get the double play? If not, we got to think home. And last but not least, I want the guy at third and I want the guy at first.
Strike 2.
I want in a little bit. If you saw where Devers was when he got that ground ball, I don't think any first baseman could have thrown the guy out. You got to play shallow. It's the game on the line. And I think that's Melvin's biggest problem. 99% of all managers would have brought everyone together so you were on the same page.
Oh, sorry. Hawaii just went down.
So now
we go to the 8th.
We go to the top. So now they don't go to second. They don't put a guy on second, do they?
I don't know. I don't know how that guy. I just turned it on.
Okay.
Let's see if in the top of the 8th that if NorCal puts a man on second base.
And the other thing too is if Melvin doesn't come out because he's useless, that's where Chapman has to be a leader and bring everybody in. And he didn't do that either.
Extra innings. They are using the ghost runner.
And that's where Chapman comes in and explains to Devers, hey, if the ball comes to you, you're going home. Do not try to get the double play. If the ball comes to you, whoever was at second, Koss. Again, I don't know why Schmidt wasn't there. Koss, if you get the ball, unless you're 100% sure you can get that double play, we're going home. Because they didn't have everybody in. Do you know what I mean? That's what I mean. They didn't bring the infield in. Only the first baseman was sort of in. And that's bad coaching again. So it's just
look at this. Casey at second base. I agree. 265, 20 homers, 80 RBIs. That's look.
And now the broadcast guys are saying how good he is. Yeah, they're about a month behind.
Yeah, I try about a year behind. I've been trying to promote Casey for a long time. And I'm not being a homer. I'm just saying I've seen him. I watched him in the minor leagues a lot.
I mean, we're not going to be able to get signed balls anymore. He's gotten too good.
We get. Hey, did your buddy get the signed ball?
It was sent to him on that Friday, and then they went to Hawaii for 2 weeks. He's getting back tomorrow.
Oh,
I know. So I don't know. I didn't want to call him, while he was traveling, but I'm what am I going to do? So
What, how old is his son? 12?
it was for his birthday.
How
His
old?
son, 12.
12. NorCal
So,
Sports Network here. We sent a 12-year-old kid a signed Casey Schmidt baseball for his birthday.
and a great guy, and his son, he's become a big fan. This guy who does it, he buys a lot of my Sunday games. Super nice guy. So I like doing favors for super good people. It's just the way I am.
Venezuela won the Little League 13s last night in Livermore. I wonder if that's why Matos got released. Was he playing? Do you
think he'll play for them?
He's from Venezuela. Did Luis go down and play? Maybe that's what they needed. Okay, Hawaii on the mound, lefty. I'm bunting. I'm moving the guy over to third. Bunt and then maybe a bunt. No bunting.
Put the pressure
outside. I love Little League baseball, man.
Put the pressure on.
I love that. Boy, they got what's the A for on the blue team? Atherton, or what is this? Oh, swung on a miss. That was not a good swing. Northern California 3, Hawaii 3. This is where the action is.
Are warm and I can take my baby away to
Here we go. Look at this. Here we go. We get a hit.
Me, baby.
Oh,
it was a swing up.
He popped out, or did that go off the backstop?
I couldn't tell. You moved it right at the last second.
Yeah, I know. I think it went off the backstop. Okay. Wow. Okay, here we go. 0-2 pitch. There's a pop fly out of play. Foul ball out of play. Where are they playing this game at? Is this in San Bernardino, guys? Is this the Western Regionals?
It's the Western Regionals to get to that. Okay.
Yeah, they're in the Western Regionals. So this is the winner of the regional
represents the West of USA. Yeah.
The 0-2 pitch. Oh, he grounds it. Foul. Just down the first baseline now. Yeah, this is San Bernardino, man. Oh, look at the fields. I love all baseball fields. I get excited, man. My brother played in the 69 All-Star team in the for the not the regionals, but the sectionals. And they had won like 11 games. And here's the 0-2 pitch coming. Swung on and missed, struck him out. This game could go for a while. Anyway, it was 1969. Tom Candiotti was on Concord American. They lost to Santa Clara and Kearney Lansford 1-0.
Kearney Lansford.
Yep. And then they ended up losing. Santa Clara lost to Taiwan in the championship at Williamsport. So
remember, USA lost like 35 straight years?
Yeah. Now they're winning every year, huh?
Yeah.
Well, for the most part, yeah.
Most part, yeah. I mean, but some of these kids that really made it, it's funny. You see Jeff.
Oh, this guy looks like a hitter. This dude looks like a hitter, this big kid. He's got a nice stance. And the pitch, he took one right in there for a strike. That thing came in there at about 64.
I'm going to get a water for a quick second. Hold on.
All right. Alpine District 57. Okay. Champ Ross tells us, okay, come on. This guy's got to swing the bat and drive it. It looks like a guy that could drive it. Swung on and missed. Pulled his head out of there. Got to keep your head in there, son. Keep your head focused on the ball. Keep that front shoulder in and just drive through the ball. There we go. All right. Looks like Kaiwei Tang on the mound for Hawaii, and the pitch. Oh, he's chased one down and low, and he slams his bat down in frustration. And he looked completely lost up there. Come on, kid with that size, you got to go up there and you can't be afraid of the baseball. Come on. Too many of these guys are swinging and missing. I've watched 5 straight strikeouts now. Dylan says not Kaiwei. He's actually getting strikeouts. Okay, we got a pinch runner. Manager brings in a pinch runner. The guy that just struck out. How's that? You get to go pitch run. How's that baseball? Strike out and then you get to go pinch run for the guy. What kind of rules have they gone to? All right. 2 out, man on second. Here's the first pitch. Down low and in. 1-0. All right. I'm giving you a little play-by-play here because I have some interest, but we'll get some Giants talk in here, guys. I'm going to bring up some numbers with you with the Giants this year facing some crappy teams and give you the record here. But the 1-0 pitch is high. All right. So, youth baseball is awesome.
It's amazing live.
Yeah, I always wanted to coach a little league team, Lou. Almost did it in 2017.
Dan, where you were from, did they have Cub Scouts and T-ball, or just more like you didn't really play baseball until probably 5th, 6th grade? Did they have T-ball?
Oh, no, I didn't have T-ball. My first year of organized baseball I was 7, and it was regular baseball. There was no hitting off of a tee. And then, yeah. Oh, he takes one right down the middle on a 3-0 pitch. Never going to get a better pitch than that to hit.
Yeah, our generation was spoiled because we started softball when you were, I think, 8, 9, 10. And then once we went, you played baseball in grammar school, summer league, pitching. And then the big one was when you went to 7th grade, you went to regulation size bases. So when I was catcher, that was always easy.
That's hard, man. I went
going 90, and then you had to learn how to slide because the bases never moved.
Yeah. I remember when I was 12, we played, it's 46 feet for the mound and 60 feet bases, and you can't take a lead. You can only move off the bag once the ball crosses the plate.
Home plate, yeah.
Home plate. And then the very next year you graduate, and we went to 60 feet regulation baseball, 90-foot bases. And it was like, my goodness, running down the line felt like an eternity. When
just throwing from third to first was tough.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. It was wild. Okay. This kid doesn't look like he's going to be able to hit. He's too small. He's tiny. He's stepping in the bucket. Come on, kid. This guy looks like he's about 8 years old at the plate right now. Poor kid. Man, he's stepping in the bucket. He's intimidated by the pitcher. Look at him. Look how little the guy is.
Yeah, he is small. But, maybe
watch, he's going to swing and miss. I guarantee it.
Nope. Ball outside.
Well, the next pitch that's close to the plate, if this guy gets the winning hit.
The bat is bigger than him.
Yeah, he's just if he didn't step in the bucket, I would believe in him, but he steps in the bucket with his front foot. Watch. See? Oh gosh, he hit it.
Field.
It fell. No, the guy made a diving catch. The right fielder made a diving catch. Oh my goodness, to preserve the tie.
By the way, Giants, that was an oppo. He went oppo.
Look at this. Watch this catch.
Yeah, great play.
Look at this.
Great play.
Oh, my goodness.
That might be on Sports Center.
That might be. That's a huge catch. That
gets by him, 2-run score.
Yeah, 2 runs could score, right? And, man, I hope that's not oh, well. Oh, well. A web gem, yes.
A web
gem.
There you go. Yeah, guys, I see what you're saying, but the thing is, I'm not a huge fan of Melvin. I haven't been. I don't like when Ramos makes mistakes. It's not even a slap on the wrist. He just basically in the interviews post game says, "Well, we have nobody else that can hit, so he's playing." That's not good. And I see a few guys saying I think he's lost the dugout. NorCal's been saying that for the last 3 months. It's bad. So, Eldridge, what do you think about now? Gilbert, I know, has been doing good in AAA, but it's only been a week. I didn't know how good he was when he was with the Mets. Guys, the thing about Eldridge, and Dan keeps talking about it, and Dan will explain why Eldridge will not come up for another 2 weeks. It's all about money. Dan, why don't you explain again why Eldridge isn't up now and what it
Well,
means?
if he comes up now,
Yep.
and he stays for the entire season, he will lose his rookie status because you get 45 days in the big up with the big club or 130 at bats. And so if he comes up August like 16th, the last day of the regular season, I believe is September 28th, if I'm not mistaken. Let me look again.
Sounds right.
Yeah, last game is September 28th. So the 16th would allow him to play the full season, the rest of the season. And we're looking at previous highlights. I thought somebody scored. Okay, these are highlights earlier.
So if they were to bring up, what would it mean if he lost 1 year of his rookie contract?
Well, there's a couple of things. You lose that's 1 year of that you're closer to arbitration.
Yep.
Wild pitch by the pitcher, and the runner moves over to third. No out for. Oh, wait a minute! This is the bottom of the 8th. Oh my goodness! Hawaii scores here. Game's over.
It's over. Yeah. Then we go.
Is
7.
this a double elimination or is this the game to move on?
I thought it was the semifinals.
I think they're both 1-0, so I don't think you get eliminated.
Yeah,
you
double
know
elimination.
what
you
really
go to the winners bracket? You go to the
what
winners
stunk
bracket.
back in the 60s and 70s when my brother was playing and I was playing, single elimination. You had to win. You could never lose a game.
Yeah.
You lose one game, you're out.
Yep.
And that was tough, man.
So what do? Little League. You walk the bases loaded. I know Melvin wouldn't.
No, I would not walk the bases loaded. No way. Not with these
you need
pitchers.
To force it in any place. All right.
Too easy to throw 4 balls.
Because I know the limit is 54 pitches. That's all you can do. And you can't pitch back-to-back days.
Yeah. All right. The manager comes out for Northern California, gives a pep talk.
I'm sorry. What did the manager do?
Came out, gave a pep talk.
Okay. Melvin, take notes. Take notes.
And we welcome in Dallas to the show as he we're talking we're actually talking a little league baseball right now. It's a little more exciting than Giants baseball. But we got man on third, bottom of the 8th, Northern California facing Hawaii. The pitch is outside the ball, gets away from the catcher. He's coming home and he scores. It's over.
Got another pass ball.
Oh my goodness.
Told you, walk the bases loaded.
The catcher, that one, is that a wild pitch or on the catcher? You tell me, guys. But at least it's not double. At least you're not done in this series.
That would have been a horrible way if it was single elimination.
Yeah. I mean, Honolulu wins it 2-1. The catcher's got his hand over his head. That is Lou Marston right there as a young child, letting the ball get past him. And let's see. Are we going to give us a 2, 4, 6, 8? Who do we appreciate? Do we still do that?
Yeah, I don't know what they do. But I still think they go to home plate and they do handshakes.
Yeah, we used to do the 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate?
Yep.
Cubs.
What?
The Cubs, and then we throw our gloves up in the air.
Honolulu's been. Oh, there you go, Dan. See the thing right there? Turn around so you can see it. It tells you single elimination, double. Where they go, losers bracket.
It's going to be Southern Cal against Northern California, an elimination game on Wednesday, 9:00 Eastern. Okay.
Are we going to do a post game after that?
I think we should just do a live in-game for the Little League game. NorCal Sports Network is now covering NorCal Little League baseball because it's more exciting than Giants baseball. So they play SoCal on Wednesday. Let me see if I can show you the guys. I missed the pitch. I'll rewind it. They didn't show the replay. Okay, here it is. We got a man on third who was wild pitched over to third. Now you tell me, is this a wild pitch or a pass ball? Let's see. Lou, you're the catcher. That's a pass ball.
Pass ball. You make a glove like that. You know what he was doing? He was looking. He didn't look the ball into the mitt.
Yeah. There he is. Now you're going to see him covering his head.
2 hands.
Ah.
Dan, I always did something different being a catcher growing up because I learned it from going to batting practice at Candlestick. Everybody used to.
There
have
he is.
their
There's
hands,
the catcher. Look.
Yep.
Yeah. Ah.
Everyone used to have the one glove like this and have their hand behind the back with foul balls. I used to hold mine right behind the mitt.
Yeah.
And then this way I could scoop it. And that's how I was taught. Nobody else does it these days.
You never did the one knee thing though, did you? It was always the squat.
That's another new thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, my legs are like steel. That's
everyone does the one knee thing. It's the style.
Yeah.
Man, that's a tough way to lose a ball game. 2 pitches that the catcher just missed. Wow.
Hey, Dallas, before we talk about the game, what did you think about Matos being sent down?
I can't believe it. I mean, I thought they're going to get rid of Yaz. We're finally going to get Matos some run. We can see what we got in him before the end of the season. Now, it's not going to happen. They sent him down. I don't know what he did. Did he pee on Melvin's locker or something? I don't know.
You wonder.
Like, it doesn't make sense to me. And so now they brought up Encarnacion.
Yeah, that's really.
Is that guy
wonderful.
ready? I haven't seen how he did on the rehab, so I don't know. Maybe he's tearing it up, but
I have a question for him.
He's not the future. Yaz wasn't the future. Encarnacion is not the future.
Is this his second year? Because he got injured last year. Is this his second year, or did we sign him this year?
Encarnacion?
Yeah.
He was here last year at the end of the year. He played a little bit, but then he had a really good spring, and then that's why he became this savior that we've been waiting for.
He comes from the Mexican League. My God. I mean, and there's reasons why the Giants get him and nobody else wanted him. I don't know too many guys. I mean, me and Dan did a thing about probably 2 months ago about how many great pitchers have come from the KBO, right? And then it's the same thing. How many guys came from the Mexican League, except from the guy from Major League who played in the Mexican League? Remember, I mean, he's the only guy I've ever heard of.
If he proves me wrong, then fine. But did we not sell at the deadline? We got rid of our 2 best bullpen pitchers. So I think that's kind of waving the white flag.
Yeah, and you play your youth to see what you have.
Sell, and you determine what you've got for the future. But apparently Melvin's still trying to go for it because, they're and Posey is too, because they brought up Encarnacion. They're just discarding Matos. I don't get it. I mean,
and what did you think about my thing where didn't you think after Bart got the hit, he was all excited? Don't you think that's where Melvin comes in, brings the infield together, talks about every situation, do not go for the double play? They didn't even bring the infield in my mind. I didn't see it that much. Or maybe Chapman goes over and guys, hey, especially with Devers, I think Dan brought up a good point. I don't think Schmidt got injured, but maybe you should have had Schmidt at first and have your best defense because you're trying to get the game.
Why are they taking Schmidt out of the game as a defense?
Well, that's what I don't understand.
Yeah.
If you're taking,
he had to have gotten hurt. Otherwise, it's stupid.
Yeah, I don't know if he was hurt or that's. I didn't hear anything, and I don't know if anybody can look on Twitter or see anything that happened because if he's not hurt
immediately after the game, and I saw people questioning it, but I didn't hear anything official. Let me see if there's anything out there.
It's crazy. I mean, if you're taking him out because you thought Koss was maybe you thought Koss could get to the more range, then why would you leave Devers in at first base and not put Schmidt over at first? Yeah,
that didn't make sense. Didn't make sense for the defensive replacement for Casey Schmidt. Doesn't make sense. Having Devers in there starting in the game, I thought, that's interesting. This is going to go well.
And he already made a mistake early. Remember where he made the mistake? Then the next ball.
I understand he wants to play the position and he wants to get reps there, and he feels more involved in the game if he's playing there. But even on the radio, they were suggesting, well, maybe the Giants should give up their DH late in the game here in a 1-run game, and have Dom Smith play first base. And they didn't do it. I don't know. I just don't understand the decision making on all those, on the Matos thing, on the Schmidt thing, when you have a darn good first baseman in Smith, why is he not playing first base?
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense and I like what Justin says here. How many effing DHs do we need? We have like 4 with Flores now and Matos sent down. You got Flores, Encarnacion, and you got Devers, and I guess you kind of have Smith. You got combination of 4 guys that really can't do a whole lot other than DH and play first base. And it's like, I don't know. I'm at a loss for words. I don't understand the thinking. I would love to get inside and hear what the front office is saying about this. Why do we bring up guy Encarnacion and McRae? Do we really care that much about a guy who hits left-handed versus? I mean, let me ask you this, Dallas and Lou.
Apparently, it makes a huge difference.
Do you want a guy that can hit righties, but he strikes out 32% of the time, or a guy who doesn't hit righties maybe as well, but only strikes out like 15% of the time? I mean, I don't, and I'm fine with McRae if the rest of your lineup makes contact. But you only have one contact hitter on the whole team, and that's Jung-Hoo Lee. That's it. He's the only guy that makes consistent contact. And the rest of them, you got Matt Chapman again in a key situation, batting 4th in the first inning, bases loaded, nobody outs, strike 1, strike 2, strike 3. What does Kruko say? Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Eat some pine meat or something like that. I mean,
grab some pine.
Meat. I mean, come on. I get taking the first pitch. The guy was kind of wild and he was, struggling. But you're not a good 2-strike hitter.
No.
Unless
they
you
should have had 5-6 runs easy in the first. That guy was at 48 pitches.
They could have easily scored at least 4.
Yeah.
They had 2 runs in with 1 out.
The usual. They were still 3 for 10 with runners scoring position through all that.
Yep.
Yeah. And then you had, Dom Smith only got 1 run in, right? Because Devers is too slow to score.
Plus now I thought that might have been Matty Williams' fault.
Nah.
Because Matty held him up and then said, hey. I mean, I was driving. But that's what they said on the radio.
Runs so poorly. I think that was probably smart.
It was smart because you didn't know he was going to bobble it. He held him up right away. And then when Cruz bobbled it, he was for Devers to start and go. It's kind of like
I was just listening to the radio, so I'm just
instead of a Ferrari on the takeoff line, he's like a stick shift with a 3-cylinder, one of those old Honda little 3 cylinders. Devers stops. It's going to take him 2 full seconds to get going again. Sure. And Cruz could have thrown a strike from where he was to the plate.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good analogy. He only has 3rd gear, and that's what he starts in.
Yeah, he is one of the slowest. And what is with Devers running down the first baseline, looking the whole way at the fielder? He kept turning his head the whole time, looking, where's the ball? Where's the ball? Just run straight, dude. Every time you turn your head, you're actually slowing yourself up, whether you realize it
Right.
or not.
Right. And then it always comes down to the photo finish where they have to review it to see that he's out.
I mean, that was ridiculous. Did you see on the replay how many times he turned his head?
No,
Like
I
4 times.
listened to that on the radio.
Oh, okay. He turned his head. Anybody in the chat notice that? He looked over his shoulder, watched it, started running, turned back again, and then turned back again. At least 3 times he turned his head. And I'm watching that. See, to me, again, that's lacking common sense as a baseball player and as a coach. Why are you not, this is where the old coaches like Billy Martin, they don't care who you were. Billy Martin pulled Reggie Jackson out of a game.
Beat
Billy
the shit
Martin.
out of him too in front of everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
So-
Giovanni Matos was sent down. I think that could be the end of his career.
So he
As
can't
a
come
Giant.
back up, right, this year, Dan, because he's out
No,
of
he,
For
he,
2
he,
weeks.
he can come back.
Oh, he
He
can't
can
come
come
up
back.
for 2 weeks now. Okay.
Or unless someone gets hurt.
Yeah. But
If someone
I
gets
think
hurt, they can bring him back immediately
that
if they
that
put him on
ruins
the IL.
he's out of options for sure, right?
Next year, he's out of options. Yeah.
So he has to.
This year,
he's a Joey Bart.
He can come up and down as many times this year, and then next year he can't come up and
Right.
down.
He's Joey Bart 2 years ago. He's got to make
Exactly.
the team and stay on the team, or he becomes a free agent.
Right. Out of spring training next year, he's got to be on the 26-man roster.
Not the 40, the 26. Yeah,
Not the 40. He's got to be on the 26-man, or they have to DFA him, and
that's
someone
great.
can claim him.
That really increases his value, I think.
Yeah.
Really
obviously.
makes him a really good trade asset when the
Hey,
other
Dan,
team knows.
Dan, what did you think of the comment? One of the guys said that Roop is throwing off a mount. No, I mean, just throwing, off the mount on Tuesday. Landon Roop. That's not a great sign to me. If he's throwing
That
off,
he's-
I mean, she's just throwing on
On
the
flat
grass.
ground, you mean?
Yeah, flat ground.
Oh, he's throwing flat ground. He's at least 2 weeks away,
2 weeks away.
and wouldn't be surprised if they shut him down.
Yep.
The
The
Giants.
only positive, Verlander, hey, he hit 98 on the gun,
Yeah.
gave us some solid innings. I mean, you gotta pick the bright spots where you can. At least there's that. And then obviously with getting rid of Doval, we knew that there was going to be hiccups with Randy Rodriguez in the closer role. There's just no way that he comes in and is lights out. It's just there's going
He's
to be
not a
growing
closer.
pains.
He's not a closer.
Dallas, what do you think? Me and Dan talked about before you got on. There's a big difference when you start the ninth. You come out, you start the ninth. When you do a 2-inning save or even a 4-out save where you go in the 8th and then you got a time to sit down, it's not the same. These guys mentally, you got to be so strong. You go for 3 outs, that's it. And I'm only saying that because I've heard these other guys say closers have 2 problems. In a blowout when they pitch, even though they're getting work, they know it doesn't mean anything. And when they start, they come in an inning, not starting the inning. They just aren't the same players.
Yeah, but Randy Rodriguez this season has been very good at that. Early in the year, he was brought in as the fireman in all the situations when the bases are loaded and there's 1 out or 2 on, no outs, and he was able to put out the fire more often than not. But it's later in the year. He's a little more tired, I think. It's a whole new situation for him. A lot of pressure is on him now.
It's a different,
And hopefully he can step up into the role because the bullpen is a lot thinner now.
Yeah. And I have a question. Rodriguez, when he gave up the 2-run homer, was that the last time he's pitched? No, he came through on a save. Sorry.
Are you talking about the 2-run homer by Seymour or Rodriguez?
No. When Rodriguez gave up the 2-run shot, when was that?
Oh,
Was that after the trade deadline?
That was in New York, right? Against the Mets, I think.
Can't remember.
I don't know.
Yeah, sorry.
Must have been in San Francisco.
It's amazing how one day everything can change. There was a little hope. If they would have won tonight,
but
we would have said, guys, it's a 2-game streak. We win tomorrow, it's a winning streak. And now it's different.
But
And
what is Dan saying every single time he comes on here? It seems like pick a lane.
Yeah.
Pick a lane. He says it almost every time, every show. And are they picking a lane? They sold, but they're still trying to go for it with Encarnacion.
Yeah, they're still trying to go for it.
They're saying if we bring up this Encarnacion and he hits 10 home runs in the next 25 games, we got a chance.
It's an
assess
incredible
what you have for the future.
Sickness. It's almost like a disease, a sickness, a mentality that says, well, we think we're going to do a little bit of a soft sell here, but we're still going to go for it. And if you listen to the team, they still, Melvin, Posey, they're all talking like they still think they can get back in this thing. They're the only ones that actually see it. This is what, it's, and even if you make it, this team's going nowhere. Okay. They're not going anywhere. You got to know your personnel. You got to know your organization, and you got to be able to read the tea leaves at some point. My goodness, this team has not sold since 22. Imagine if they just broke it down, even in 22, where they would be today. You could have a couple of those free agents still. You could still have them, but
at least,
I don't get
at least
the
they got
idea
something this year. But
and I'm not. You know what?
The McRae thing. He struck out 32% of the time in the PCL. What do we actually think is going to happen in the rest of this season on the big club against major league pitching that are filthy, that throw 100 miles an hour? It's not going to work out.
Well, let's see how Grant McKay, that's his new name, Grant McKay. Let's see. Hold on. Might help if we spell Grant right. Grant, Grant McKay. I'm not calling
Giovanni, the hope was yesterday's show.
Okay. In the 25 season, Grant McRae has had, including tonight's game, tonight he was 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. So Grant McKay has had 14 plate appearances, and he has struck out 8 times. That's over 50%, guys. 8 divided by 14. He's striking out at a 57% clip. He's got 2 hits in 14 at-bats, 0 base on balls. So 2 for 14. He's hitting 143.
Nice.
57% K rate in a small sample size. But look, he's overmatched. He couldn't hit AAA. What makes you think, as Dallas said, he's going to do all of a sudden come up here and is magically going to only strike out 23% of the time? He's going to, like, all of a sudden, oh, well, these guys have better control, so I'm more confident I'm not going to get hit. What the heck is he think? What are the Giants thinking? This is what just look. You went from one front office that didn't have any vision to what it looks like they're just playing the status quo. Like, let's not rock the boat. Let's do things the way things have kind of been done, with some little bit of tweaks, in that we'll let the manager make all the decisions and we won't be sending guys up and down, left and right. But they're still making decisions that are not smart baseball decisions. A roster, I'm sorry, Encarnacion and Grant McKay do not cut it for me. Bring up the Gilbert kid if you're going to send, let's see the Gilbert kid who doesn't strike out a lot. We know what Cray does. We've seen the act. We saw it with a full season in AAA. Look, he needs more development time. You say, look, you're not making it to the major leagues, Grant, until you cut down on your strikeouts at a reasonable clip. 32% is not acceptable in AAA. Get it down to 25 or you're not coming up. Period. That is your mantra. That's your, you do that all the time in a job. You want a promotion? Okay, this is what I want to see out of you. You got to start check this box off, check this box off, and then who hasn't had a boss that has said, you go in, hey, I really want to get a promotion, and they tell you, well, this is what we want to see. Come on, Giants.
I guess
Tell
the
the
only
kid
explanation
he needs to cut down on his strikeouts.
The only explanation is that they've given up on Matos, and they tried to move him at the deadline, and no one wanted him, and so they're just going to have to discard him in the scrap heap. Now, Encarnacion, yes, he did good in spring. Maybe they're assessing him now. They're going to say, okay, we give him 50 games to see if he's a big leaguer, and if he can come up and
where are you going to play
Barry
him,
Bonds, then
where are you going to play him?
In right field.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's going to be ugly.
That's like, speaking of
Dan,
sharks,
do you remember him in right field where he almost became like a pretzel? And it was hard to watch. So now you have him, and then imagine him barely getting a ball on one thing. And
Ramos doesn't look as bad though when he's out there.
He's throwing to Devers, trying to get somebody out at home plate if Devers is the cutoff man. It's got bad news bears written all over it.
I don't know.
Oh gosh, I can't stop laughing thinking about this. This is what a mess of a roster that is so constructed so poorly. And the fact is, Dallas is talk about picking a lane, and then you bring up McRae and Encarnacion, and you're talking about we want contact hitters. Buster says we got to find contact hitters. Well, you're not going to find them in those two guys. I can guarantee you that. I mean,
I don't know who swings at worse pitches, McRae or Encarnacion.
Yeah, it's, and the thing is once a guy like McRae or Encarnacion show what their weaknesses are, it's all over every pitcher's iPad and coaches. They just go, they look at their little iPad or their cart, and that's why whenever you see a pinch hitter like the Dodgers, they always pitching coach walks out there, or the bench coach or whoever it is walks out to, the pitching coach walks out to the mound. Okay, here's the scouting report on this guy. Don't give him anything low and in, pitch him high and outside, and he'll chase every time. Whatever the report is, that's what they do. They're out to the mound. And with McRae, just don't give the guy anything to hit. Just don't put the ball over the middle of the plate, because he has the ability to knock it out. But if you put it anywhere but the middle of the plate, you'll be fine.
Dan, Aaron has something that could be true too. He made it 908.
The batteries? This one?
That's pretty good comment. The batteries are dead in the Giants.
I wish the batteries were dead. I wish the Giants would spend more time thinking about their strategy, thinking about their last at bat, using their minds to try and figure out a pitcher, as opposed to looking at an iPad and saying, oh, here's what I do. They're always on the iPad instead of, in the old days, it was a mind game. It was a game of chess between the batter and the pitcher. And whoever won that mind game got the advantage and won.
Yeah.
And
Dan
I don't think that's the
that.
case anymore.
Dan showed that.
Looking at spin rate, percentages.
Frank.
And I'm not a fan of the iPad.
What happened to, whenever I played and I was on deck, I was always timing the pitcher. I was like, I'm not just sitting there swinging a bat. I'm getting in my stance as he pitches.
Trying exactly. That's
I'm
what you
trying to
did
mimic
with the donut on. You do the
with the
donut,
donut.
and then you're seeing it. Yep.
Yeah, and I'm just watching what he does, and I'm seeing his tendencies. I'm watching his release point, and then if the guy in front of me struck out and he comes back to I'm walking
What
by him,
was
I
it?
said,
Dude, he's got a good slider. Be careful. Okay.
yeah,
Hey, thanks.
it's like what I'd always ask, hey,
Yeah.
what's the pitch? What's it look like? Yeah, always,
Yeah.
he's nasty or spin or whatever, with something. But my goodness, these guys, I don't know. I guess they have all these, technology now, and they utilize it to really, they go down in the cage, like there's a guy in the 8th inning. Okay, you're probably facing the closer. You're going to be facing Ryan Hensley here in the 9th. And then they'll go down and set the machine below for the guy like Wilmer or whoever's going to pinch hit, and they'll set the whole thing up so it mimics Ryan Hensley.
Yeah. You think that if that actually worked, that the entire league wouldn't be hitting 242 or whatever the average is.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Chapman's always looking at his previous at bats and doesn't do any changes. He hasn't changed anything up. If you watch Matt Chapman, when he makes contact, he hits it pretty hard, but it's always the same kind of pitch. It's like just above, like about belt high, right down the middle. You give Chapman that pitch, you better be careful, because if he hits it, he's going to do damage. And, to Chapman's credit, does take a lot of walks, but for some reason, he tenses up when there's runners in scoring position. I don't understand it. And yeah, I think he's getting worse, and I think he will continue to get worse because he's never been a great hitter. He's a streaky hitter. He's a guy that is never a guy that just goes, 5 for 20 and hits 250. It's always 0 for 20s or 10 for 20. It's just nothing in between. He's just that way, and I don't get it. Give me a streak where you go 25 for 100, No, Chapman will go 18, 19 for 100, and then his next 100 bats, he'll hit 35. He'll get 35 hits. And it's just this, and those 35 hits will generally come in about 80 at bats. And then the rest, he goes on, he doesn't have any consistency to his game. And I don't understand how that happens when you've been in the big leagues this long. You should be actually learning from your mistakes and becoming a better hitter at this age.
Chapman had one good year, as you brought up, the loaded ball, and every other year he's been a disaster. He's living out that 1 year in his defense.
Yeah. I mean, I just don't understand. You look at a guy like Freddie Freeman, he's like 34, 35 years old. The guy's hitting, I think he's hitting close to 300 again.
Yeah.
And he had a stretch, Freddie Freeman, where he was about a month, he was not very good. Freddie Freeman on the season right now is hitting 306. 306. And
he went what?
He's going to be 36 in September next month. 36.
I think he went 2 for like 36. That tells you how good of a year he's had. And he's consistent.
He's hitting 306. And tonight they're playing St. Louis, and the score is 2-2 in the top of the 9th. Freeman's got a home run. He's 1 for 3 with a home run.
Yeah, Dodgers only got 2 hits. Cardinals win the night. They're ahead of the Giants in the wild card.
Wow.
All right, guys, I got to head out.
Yeah, we're gonna get out of here ourselves.
Logan Webb
too.
tomorrow. So
Oh, is it Webb tomorrow?
Hope.
Yeah, Webb tomorrow. Low
All right.
scoring game.
Well, let's get out of here ourselves, guys. It's we've gone an hour and 15 minutes. That is enough, and we will come back.
That's Dallas.
8 o'clock. Same bat time. What is it? How does that go? It's been a long time.
Bat channel.
Same bat channel. Same bat time.
We'll see you tomorrow. Same bat time. Same bat channel.
There we go. That's some of the people are going, what? Yeah, that was Batman with Adam Ward. Holy
West.
Adam West. Yeah, Adam
Burt
West.
Ward.
Adam Ward.
And Burt Ward.
Burt Ward. That's right. I got it mixed
Burt
up.
had a little problem.
Hey, Batman! Holy, but jolly golly, whatever all that stuff was. I can't even remember. I watched it all the time as a kid. Didn't it just come on once a week too? Wasn't it just like once a week show?
Yeah,
I think it was.
like every Thursday, but the bat phone.
Yeah,
It was great.
you know, the Giants are kind of, I don't know. They could use it, Batman.
They should put out the bat signal, and then
Yeah.
Encarnacion comes in.
There we go. All right, guys. Tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, and see if the Giants can get a win
Talk
with
about game
Logan
2,
Webb
yeah.
on the mound. I don't want to have to wear this hat again tomorrow night, but we'll see. Have a good night, everybody.